Tonight, Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart will not be on the show or hanging out together anytime soon. It's Jono and Ben at 10.
Hello and welcome to Jono and Ben at 10. I'm Ben.
And I'm Jono, and this week we have all been glued to the Olympics, and every New Zealander has been getting behind our Olympic team.
Except for me.
Except for Guy Williams.
I want to be the only one not behind them, so the commentators have to say, everyone is behind our Olympic team, except for Guy Williams.
Well, it seems as though that Guy's not the only one unimpressed by the Olympics. Did anyone catch the Queen at the opening ceremony?
Oh, yeah.
The poor old thing was dozing off.
I feel sorry for the Queen, though, because she has to go to all these terrible shows that she doesn't want to be at. I mean, look.
Great to have you here, Your Majesty.
But it's not just the Queen over there enjoying the old Olympic Games, is it, Jono?
No, we've sent our first grade athletes, we've sent our first grade journalists.
And Simon Dello.
Yeah.
Hi-yo!
So with all the reporters over there covering the Olympics, who's back home covering the big, massive local stories? Who is it?
Like this story.
Right, I'm here in Briscoe's, and joining me now is the Briscoe's lady. Thank you for joining us here on breakfast.
What are they doing, Briscoe's?
You'll never buy better. So it was left to New Zealand's D-grade journalists to cover the local stories this week. Wasn't it, Guy?
Yes.
But we have got the next best thing.
Hillary, how are you? It's Guy from Nelson. I'm doing a live cross. This is awesome.
Very exciting indeed, thank you.
Hey, Wendy, it's Guy from Nelson. Remember this? You know what I'm talking about.
Who was it that got bumped off the VIP list?
Oh, the VIPs. Oh, yeah. No, sorry, I don't know anything about that. Oh, hi, guys. It's John Campbell here. Nah, just jokes. It's Guy Williams from Nelson again.
With the latest, here's our political editor, Guy.
Thanks, Peter Williams, not my dad. Yeah, the Ewan McDonald story, a lot of people are speculating about it. I don't think it matters whether you think he did do it or he didn't do it. He did do it, in my opinion. But what's important is that, you know, he's learned his lesson and he's not going to do it again.
Oh.
Don't go, oh, I didn't kill Scott Guy.
Wow, I love how you take a bad comment and you make an even worse comment on top. Wow, thankfully no one's been watching Guy pretend to do the news. Everyone's been watching the Olympics.
Yeah, and we thought we'd save you the hassle of 9 days of ignoring your partner by telling you everything that's going to be in the Olympics.
Yeah, this is Jono and Ben's spoiler alert.
Jono and Ben's slightly offensive Olympic spoiler alerts.
In the running, the black guy will win.
In the boxing, the black guy will win.
However, in the swimming, not so much.
Women's pole vault and women's hockey will suddenly become a lot more interesting.
However, women's weightlifting, not so much.
And in the gymnastics, the Chinese kids will prove they're good for more than just making sneakers.
And finally, if a Kiwi wins gold, they'll return home to a lucrative meat-based endorsement deal.
But if you come fourth like our mate Moss Burmester here, you may end up endorsing crappy comedies on late night TV.
That's not our way of getting around the fact we don't have any Olympic rights.
No, definitely not, pretending that we can't play any Olympic footage.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mark Todd was celebrating up a storm not having to endorse this show after his medal win. Did you see that?
Everybody in this bitch get tips. Everybody in this bitch get tips.
Good Lord, what's going on?
Mark Todd, hey, he's a one-man wolf pack, isn't he?
Many bad things went on that night. Unspeakable things.
I don't want to know about it. I think it's time to move on to this week's Jono versus Ben.
Scissors v Rock. Rock wins. Jono v Ben. Who wins?
Now, there are many blockbusters coming out at the moment, like Batman the movie, featuring Batman.
You'd hope it'd feature Batman, wouldn't you? But you'd be kind of disappointed if he turned up for Batman and there was no Batman.
I would leave a little empty. But the movie also features a bad guy called Bane as well.
Yeah, he's tall, he's got glasses, he's got bad sweaters, but enough about Guy Williams.
You should put that in a new segment called Shit Jokes I Thought of Before the Show.
We're gonna, Guy. And so for this week's Jono vs. Ben, we decided to make our own feature films, and I have created the sequel to my favourite ever Kiwi movie.
Kia ora, my name is Man, and welcome to my interesting world. My favourite subjects are Michael Jackson and maths.
Okay, so who can tell me what the square root of 16 is? Man.
You see roots, sir?
Jeez, man. Why don't you go get a job?
I don't complain when I square with your mum.
Shut up, Dad.
My favourite person is Michael Jackson. Hey, Hannah Montana. Want to see some Michael Jackson dance moves?
Was Michael Jackson the grown man that hung out with little kids?
Shut up, me. You fellas don't know anything about skills, man. It's Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was the man.
What a dick.
My favourite game is Bull Rush. Bull Rush! And my favourite drink is beer. Want some?
I'm 10 years old.
Oh, be a gay then.
Oh my God, no.
That end. Stay in school, losers.
Yes, my friend, it's cheap and effective. I see why you've done it for the last 8 years.
Poke at 12. But anyway, the best thing about that was the fact you're only in it for like 2 seconds.
Once again, cheap and effective. Now, if you like that, you can head to our Facebook page and like it. Ben's attempt at a film later in the show, and the loser has to face a punishment.
I lost last week and my punishment was to continue to be on this show.
Time for this. I'm hurt by that, actually.
I'm hurt by that too, Guy.
This week's Action Man. And like the last couple of weeks, we're inventing a brand new Olympic sport that you've never heard of before.
Like butt cricket.
Unlike butt cricket, our sport's a little easier to play. Take a look.
Today's Awkward Athlon is a medley of awkward situations pre-packaged in a sports format. Round 1. Who can embrace a stranger for the longest awkward hug?
Get out there, make me proud.
I'm on the phone.
He's selling his stocks and shares, mate. He doesn't have time for a hug.
Awkward Athlon.
Watch this.
Don't lick your hands beforehand. You're making it weird.
I've come out too early. I'm just waiting and jogging.
Just too awkward.
I've come out. How are you? Good to see you. It's so long. Thank you. How are you, mate? Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Shouldn't have hugged the boy. Instantly regret hugging the boy.
Like that. Okay, that's enough.
Awkward Athlon.
Blue runner.
It's gonna be tough. Let's hug it out.
Oh, he's still doing that.
Can we do the run hug?
This is unheard of. That was the most awkward shit ever.
That was awkward.
Ben wins round 1.
Taking it.
He's gonna get hug life tattooed on his abdomen like Tupac, just minus the T.
Awkward Athlon. Final round. Just touch and hold someone's thigh.
I'm gonna have to dig deep for this.
This is the worst one yet. Old campaigner sitting down. Looks like he might be having a sleep. Hands in his pockets, and Jono's going to go up. Oh God! I don't even think I can watch this.
You go, mate? You all right, mate? You all right?
Yep. Yeah, I think it's it. I think it was just minimal.
Two bits. That's not fun, eh? That's not fun.
That was horrible to watch.
Awkward Athlon.
Boyce has gone middle seat. He's holding it. He's holding it.
Oh man, I think I should put my hand on your leg there for a second. Oh my God. It's a bit awkward, isn't it?
This is record. This is record.
You cool with this or? No. Not so much? Okay, bye.
And he's out. And he's out.
Sometimes I just sort of, lose track of my limbs and hands and stuff.
You were holding that shit.
Oh, that was horrible.
Let's shake and agree that we're never going to touch random males' thighs in bus stops ever again.
It's a deal.
It's a safe bet.
Yeah.
However, males that we know, we can touch thighs all day long. I noticed you forgot to show the best part of that story.
No, we showed all the best parts.
No, we definitely didn't. Like your good mate you made in Christchurch.
Hey, wow, they're really nice pants, man. What do you call these?
What the f are you doing, bro?
Get your hand off me.
This is a joke, man. This is for TV.
Man down.
Yeah, that guy looked like one of the the Jonas Brothers, but he was a lot angrier.
It's dark and mysterious, that's for sure.
Fair enough, I was putting my hand on his thigh in public, you know. Anyway, moving along. Coming up, our man-child's talk to All Black Ali Williams, and I get to destroy your pride and joy. That was a fun day.
Whoa, that was a blast. It really was, Ben. But first, here's this week's old news.
This week there was flooding in South Canterbury. I dug a hole. It's filling up with water. Luckily, our fearless leader was in Samoa, not giving a shit. I'm rich, biatch. Now I give you this piece of shit and 4 muskets, and you give me your country. That's how it worked last time, right? Also upset about the floods was Adele. I won't let you close enough to hurt me. While at TV3, Hilary Barry was looking for Mike McRoberts. He normally sits just there. I'm in London, on the piss with Mark Todd. I love Scotch. Scotchy, Scotchy, Scotch. And this just in, somebody scored last night. Jackpot! And I got so shit canned I ended up on the wrong news bulletin. Oh shit, pretty sure this is TV1. Hey Dick, is this 301, buddy? 1? Oh shit, just stand really still and hope no one notices.
Welcome back to Jono and Ben at 10. Now, there's been a lot of talk this week about that lady that joined in with the Indian Olympic team in the parade. Did you see her?
I saw her, and that was not her only happy waving appearance on broadcast television this week.
Daughter of the Queen, she helped the Great Britain team win silver.
With What's the Story? Very simple. It's what we normally do.
Sweet hoodie. Let's remember.
And speaking of Indian people not being welcome, Paul Henry's Australian breakfast show was shortened by half an hour this week.
Yeah, now there's even less of that show for people not to watch, really, isn't there?
Do you know which show would be better half an hour shorter?
Let me guess.
This one?
No, 2.5 Men.
Now, speaking of Henrys, Graham Henry also was in the news this week, claiming that the 2007 loss to France was due to match fixing.
Now, the Black Caps have been making similar claims about their recent loss against everyone.
So our man-childs decided to talk a little bit of rugby when they caught up with All Black Ali Williams.
Roadies from Shapes, feeding you the man-childs. They're more than just poor grammar. They're Jono and Ben at 10 years old.
Welcome to the show, Richie. Oh, sorry. I mean Ali Bill Williams.
I'm better looking than Richie, though, don't you think?
I'm not answering that. Answer that.
Okay.
Could you put on this and hold these?
I don't know if I can promote this.
Turn on your head.
There's some strict guidelines about what I can and can't do.
Okay, I'm taking the Gatorade.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Nike hat.
Cornflakes?
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah, you took all
That's
that.
what you should do with cornflakes.
You're 31 now. What is that in All Black years? 75?
Yeah, I'm probably equivalent to that old dog sitting in a mat over in the corner.
Dying.
Wouldn't say dying, Chief.
I cannot outdo that figure. Who would be your best mate in the All Blacks?
Daniel Carter.
Look who's name dropping! You play lock, and my mum says she would like to lock herself onto you. What does she mean by that?
Is she a good-looking mother?
Next question.
Next question. It's a bit different when it's your mum, isn't it?
Did you ever make a bar sound when you said Pat Lamb's name? No, I don't get that question.
Yeah, he's a pathetic. Obviously, Jono answers shit questions and Ben answers shit questions. Why don't you boys ask me a question?
Why did you guys let Sonny Bill Williams go?
See, good question. This is what everyone wants to know, because we don't have enough money. What's your question? Would your mother like me? I think so.
Jono wants to know, how did a guy who looks like you get such a hot wife?
Do you think my wife's hot?
I have not seen a picture of her.
Here, I'll show you one.
That was too revealing.
Good on you, kids.
You don't want to know what the picture was, trust me. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we noticed something on TV3's show, The Block. A dead body in the back of the car.
Oh my.
But if that wasn't bad enough, fuck me if it didn't happen again on Hamish and Andy.
Julia.
I'm dizzy.
People have got got to stop killing other people on national television.
I'm sick of her shit.
In all seriousness, you won't find any dead bodies in our version of the block, the changing room.
Well, except for that one time that went to that funeral a couple of weeks ago.
That's a very good point. Take a look.
Here comes another one. La la la.
Can I help you with something, or are you just having a look? Change your room? Yeah, just through there.
Wow, you finally made it. Come on. Put this on. There we go.
That's just how she imagined it, with 18 of the closest extras.
Do you take Raphael to be your husband?
Sorry, no.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, go on in. Just like your mother on her wedding day. Our first civil union.
Do you take Raphael to be your partner?
I'm very flattered, but I don't think my partner would be too happy about that.
You just can't put the nowadays from you.
Well, she was radiant.
She's glowing.
You take Raphael.
She's in love with him.
As long as you both may live.
Yes, I do.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Raphael, you may kiss your bride.
But there's a match made in a t-shirt shop.
The priest in that piece, it was Rachel McKenna's dad from Shortland Street. And if he looked shocked, it was for a very good reason.
Because he's doing a bit part in this show?
No, because we just told him that Martin Henderson has now secured the pretty sweet Hollywood role of sleeping with Demi Moore.
Yeah, normally it's Cougars and Henderson, but this time it's Henderson and Cougars.
Oh, I see what you did there. You peaked. When Guy Williams dances, you peak. That's it. It's all downhill from here. Coming up, we have a crack. What is my crack at a blockbuster movie? And I get to pimp your ride.
Yes, you
You've
do.
thrown me by that. You just were funny for a change.
But first, it's this week's clean-up of all the smut on New Zealand television.
This program is rated adult.
If parents are patient, then kids don't get f***ed. And now we need your help to a Wanganui sex attacker.
It's me in the hammock, and then the snorkeling in the morning, and then...
We'd love nothing better than to talk about your
Welcome back to Jono and Ben at 10. Now, this week on Shortland Street, things got a little bit steamy in the locker room, didn't they? Between the two hot doctors, you had McCreamy and McBoil-up.
My favourites, the two faves.
Yeah. It was kind of weird, though. Take a look.
What the hell is your problem? You know what's good for you, you'll back off.
What was going on there?
Colin Craig wouldn't be happy with that. I'll tell you that for free. But there's nothing unusual about two growing heterosexual blokes getting their kid off in the work changing room.
Good show tonight.
What the hell's your problem?
You are.
Kiss him. Why am I the only one who's naked? It's a show.
Well, if you thought that was awkward, you should have seen Guy's comedy show on Tuesday night. That was a blast.
Please don't play this.
Go Williams television segment.
Welcome back to the second half. You good? Now I'm pleased to welcome out to the stage. I'm going to give you a bit of an intro as to what he's talking about. And he's a very great man as well too. He's performed several times around the place. He's been in the festival, so give him all your love when he comes out. Is that right? Well then, without further ado, can we please welcome to the stage Mr. Guy Williams!
Thank you for clapping, I appreciate it. It's great to be here in Auckland today. It's great to be here yesterday and the day before that as well. I live here. Yeah. So I went to the gym today. I didn't work out. I just like to watch people struggling. Last year I spent quite a bit of time in hospital until they found out and I had to leave. Ow. So I graduated recently. Sorry, I'll just finish up. We've got a few more gigs. I graduated recently, and when I graduated, I'm unemployed at the moment. Obviously, I've got a huge student loan. The government announced recently. That student debt has reached $10 billion, which is funny because they think that we're going to pay it back. Don't lend students money. My flatmate owes me $16. I know I'm not getting it back.
Someone dying on stage, guys!
I didn't plan that. Oh my God.
Thank you so much for playing along, though. Guy Williams, everyone!
Awkward, embarrassing, and painful.
Pretty much like sleeping with you.
You didn't say it was embarrassing and painful?
Sorry, that's not a good thing to say after that locker room scene, really, is it?
No.
All right, part 2, moving on of Jono versus Ben. We're having a crack at blockbuster movies. Now, earlier in the year, you may remember there was a movie Battleship based on the board game.
Oh, what a great movie. Why the fuck did they even make that?
Which was a movie about a board game. I thought, why not have just one movie about one board game? You've really killed this intro. Let's have a movie about lots of board games. Let's have a look.
Two cops playing by their own rules.
Looks like we got ourselves a deadly twister.
Let's play.
Right hand red. Left foot blue. Game over.
Sending criminals past go and directly to jail. Kirk Torrance is Milton.
Ma'am, did your assailant wear glasses?
Yes, he did. That's him. That's him.
Up here.
Ben Boyce is Bradley.
I guess I just rolled the dice one too many times, Milton.
This is not game over, Bradley.
I'm in a whole heap of trouble.
Don't say that. We're going to take you to hospital and you're going to have an operation.
Don't touch the sides.
When you take on these cops,
So sorry about that. Not even a real doctor.
you better bring your A game.
My brakes were cut.
I could have died.
I checked the bank. I checked the bank.
Had it with you, damn Chinese checkers.
Milton Bradley, life's a game.
Connect 4, bitch.
That reminds me of my favourite board game, Blackgammon. I mean, African-American gammon.
Nice work, you guys. Well done for that. You never know when we're going to have a word to the audience, eh?
And on that positive note, that is our show. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to leave you with the loser of last week's Jono vs. Ben, the one who has to face punishment.
Yes, and I finally won a week, didn't I? It was a great time. Because you remember a couple of weeks ago on the show, you sent my TV up in the air with a rocket.
I enjoyed that lots.
So I got to destroy a treasured item of yours this week.
I stupidly let old Mr. Sport and Mick Comedy decide the punishment this week.
But until next week, like Paul Henry saying offensive things to an audience of no one, don't forget about us.
And this week it sucks to be me and my car. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next Friday.
Well, the biggest movie right now is Batman. Today, Jono, you're going to be Batsman. See what I did
See what
there?
he did there? He had an S to Batman.
Yeah, now you're a cricket superhero.
I was suspicious when he said, meet me in the middle of a cricket field.
Beautiful day here at the Cornwall Cricket Club. Boyce coming in from the northern end, bowling to Pryor now, and... Oh!
Oh, my God.
He's gone straight through, and that's a wicket for Boyce.
That's like the worst high five ever.
You're right.
Just chip it, mate.
You're doing well to protect your car, though, are you? Look at it. Let's crank it up to 160 there for you, mate.
160 k's an hour. My phone.
I can let it go. You all right? You ready?
Oh, bro! Dude!
Come on, Batsman. Where are you on that one?
Oh, look at it.
Oh.
I don't think I like this game, mate.
I feel bad.
No, you don't.
I do.
Just do it. Hurry up.
All right, last one.
Oh, stop. Stop. Stop now.
And that's us. I'll leave my number here. I'll put it there. The license plate, my insurance details. We'll get it all sorted out.